Hello friends, family, anybody else who's watching. This is Ryan from NiftyThrifties, and we're doing a little cleaning video here today. This one's going to be about shoes and how I clean a bunch of shoes at the same time. And the reason I do this is for efficiency reasons. I will usually wait until I have a few shoes to clean before I will do a project like this. So what I usually will do is I'll start by removing all of the laces from all these different shoes so we can clean them separately. Now, these are a pair of Vionic shoes, but they're all leather and suede, and I think these laces are also leather, so I don't know if I want to actually get those soaking wet. So we're going to not do those laces, but these Hoka One Ones, we will definitely clean the laces on. I just realized that there's a little bit of a thing right there. But mostly these are just really dirty, like they've been used for grass cutting or something. So we'll start by removing the laces on the Hokas, because those are going to be the only laces today. So this is just a bowl of hot water with some laundry detergent in it. There's those two laces that we're just going to let soak. Mix that up. We'll set that aside for now. So let's start with these Hokas because they are the most dirty. We've got a lot of green staining. We'll see how well that comes out. So I'm going to start by removing the inner insoles. If you have a pair of shoes where these don't come out, don't rip them out of the shoe and break the shoe. You're just going to have to be a little more careful with how you clean the shoes. But these ones come out, so that's great. So I've got a bucket of hot water here with laundry detergent in it. Make sure that's all nice and mixed up. This brush is like kind of medium bristle. This is usually used for dishwashing. I'll use it to brush off dirt and stuff. Should have done this outside maybe instead of in my studio, but brush some of that dirt off. Then all you do, and these can get wet, it's fine if they do, start scrubbing. And see, you're already seeing that some of that grass staining coming off. Oh, you can just see that green, dirty water just draining off of these. Now it's stained pretty good with the green, so I don't think it's going to like fully come out of the shoe. There are ways to like bleach treat it, but that is a whole extra step. I'm not sure I want to put the effort into with this, so we're just going to get these as good as we can. Alright, so that's one shoe with the initial pass. That's pretty good. It's very wet now. I'm not really going to scrub the inside of it because it looks okay to me. So we'll put that one aside and do the next one. And we got these at the Goodwill bins, you know, for a couple bucks, which is surprising. It's probably just because they were dirty that nobody wanted them at the actual thrift store, because Hoka One Ones are pretty popular. I usually don't see them make it all the way to the bins. Alright, that's probably good enough for that first pass on that one. Okay, so we got a new bucket of water here. This is how those Hokas are looking now. Pretty clean on the top. So the next step with these is I've got this. This is a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser sheet. So we're going to take that to the white part of these and maybe on the bottom a bit to try to get rid of some more of that green color. And let's see how this works. You can see it is taking some of that dirt and color off. Look at there. And look at all that grass color that's coming off of there. Alright. It's looking pretty good now. This side needs a little more attention. You can probably see there's still some dirt in the grooves and stuff here, which I'll probably have to take a toothbrush to. For comparison, this is the washed one and this is the not washed one. You can still see there's quite a bit of green and brown color. Now I'm just going to kind of wipe the bottom of these. They're very stained, so this is just like, it's not going to work amazingly. But you can see how much of that is coming off. I mean, look at that. Alright, this is getting pretty shredded. So we're going to have to get another one. But I mean, look how much better that already looks, you know? By the way, here's what I'm using. I got like a 16 pack of these at a grocery outlet for like a couple bucks, I think. And I use them a lot for this kind of thing. Alright, so I think it's about time to take the toothbrush to these to get in there, you know, with the really close details. I have a little bit of this stuff. This is a Tide stain remover stuff. It's got OxyClean in it. And I'm going to spray a little bit of this stuff just on the bottom of this shoe to help fight some of this staining. I'm just going to start scrubbing this. I'm just working this stuff into those cracks and those grooves with the toothbrush. And I can see the stains lifting as I'm doing this. And by the way, this is like excessive cleaning. Probably with most clothing items and shoes and things, like you're not going to have to do this level of intensity with your cleaning. But I'm also just like kind of OCD about cleaning, and so I really enjoy doing this. It's kind of cathartic for me. Alright, so that's getting pretty clean. We're just going to give this a rinse. Let's rinse her with the big brush. Alright, so now I'm just going to rinse this off a little bit. But yeah, that is looking pretty dang good compared to the other one. And you can see there's like a pretty huge difference. And so we're going to do that now to this one. Alright, so those are a lot better than they were before. Then these I'll just wipe down a little bit with a a Lysol wipe or something. Then to dry, you know how you get these like type of ads in the mail all the time? I'll usually just take these and crumple them up and stick them inside the shoe. And this is going to sop up that water and also help the shoe to keep its form. And if you do it this way, you may have to change out the paper a couple of times, but I'll usually just stick paper in there and then let it sit overnight in front of a fan or something to dry up that water. It's a little bit of brown there, but it's going to be hard to get everything out completely. But pretty good for now. Alright, so we'll set those aside now and let's work on the leather. So next we're going to be working on these. These are a pair of Aquatalia boots, if you can see that. And these are in like pretty good condition. They're a little bit worn from use, and they're like a suede leather material. We've got a little bit of staining of something here, something spilled on these shoes. So I'm going to do what I can to get that out. And then I'm going to treat the leather and restore it as best I can. But yeah, these are a very nice pair of Aquatalia booties. Let's see. So the inside part does not come out of these, so we'll just leave that. And get to work on cleaning those. So I got another fresh bucket. There's not as much water in it this time because I don't really need that much. And I'm going to be using Dawn dish soap for this instead of the detergent because it's a little less abrasive. The detergent is kind of a harder chemical. So Dawn dish soap is, you know, they clean like ducks with it and stuff. So it's pretty easy going. And we'll just pour a little bit of that in there. And basically we're just going to spot treat these leather shoes where the marks are at. Alright, so those have been spot treated. I'm just going to try to dry that leather the best I can. Some paper towels. Now I'm going to use this product. This is a leather conditioning wipe, and these clean and condition leather and protects it, but I'm going to do one more step after this at the end, but we're going to start by wiping down the entire shoes with these leather cleaning wipes. It's got a nice orange scent to it. And the insides. Okay, so there's one. I'll wipe down the other one now. Now that I've wiped these down with the leather cleaning wipes, the next thing I'm going to do is hit it with this stuff. This is a suede cleaner, and I'm using gloves with this one because it is a mild skin irritant, so I'm going to be a little extra careful with that chemical. But it's just like a spray foam. So you kind of spray it on the leather and work it in with a toothbrush or whatever, bristle brush. So now we'll go ahead and set those aside to dry for a little bit. These are the next pair of shoes I'm going to clean. These are a pair of Vionic leather booty shoes with leather laces. So I'm going to start by taking off these laces just so we can work with this easier. So the first thing I noticed with these Vionic shoes is they are bone dry. The leather looks like it's maybe never been treated, and just maybe the person just didn't realize that they, you know, with leather shoes you should probably treat them every so often for condition and stuff. But these are very, very dry. I'm just going to set the laces aside for now. They got some like crud and different stuff. Looks like somebody spilled something on them at one point. Maybe wine or, you know, something. So they've got some splatter marks, some dirt and stuff. So I think what I want to do is start with the leather wipes again. Just give these a good once over. Just get some moisture back into these. Because my goodness, they're brittle and dry looking. And these also have inserts that come out, so I'm going to pull those out for now. That is kind of, oh, it's just like sock fuzz. That's kind of gross. And we'll give those a good wipe down. So already we're starting to see a big difference here, just getting some conditioning and moisture back into these comparatively. What's really going to do the trick is the balsam, however you pronounce that. Somebody was wearing fuzzy socks with these, and it's gotten all in there. Gross. Alright, and then I'm just going to take these leather shoelaces and kind of pinch them and run them through the leather wipe to get some of that cleaning stuff on there. Alright. So then the next step with these, that stuff didn't come off very well. Might have to scrub it. So what I'm doing now is there's some of the staining is still kind of in the leather there, and so I have this, and this is a very fine grit sandpaper block. And don't worry, you're not going to hurt the leather, but you just kind of very lightly, you can kind of go over the leather with this and kind of sand off the outer layer and get on some of those stains. It's going to sand off the outer layer of stain. See there? And we'll go back over and treat this at the end. This is wet because I used a toothbrush on it a little bit with some soap. a little bit of a crack right here, so I'm going to kind of sand that down a little bit. Just light sanding. And we're going to go back over this later with the balsam, and that is going to do some magic for us. A little bit of something there. Gone. Gone. A little something right there. Good. So now if you look at it, minus the wet spot from where I brushed it, you don't really see a lot of those stains anymore on there because I basically buffed them out with a very fine sandpaper. There's one there, which I'm going to try to get out. Focus, there it goes. You can kind of see right there. I'm going to get that out right now. Alright, so I'm just going to go around and make sure. So this is kind of a paint mark. That came off with the fine grit sandpaper too, for the most part. Left kind of a wear mark though. So you got to be careful with these a little bit and not go too far. It's a little bit something there. Oh yeah, this right here. Alright, that's looking pretty good, so now I'm going to move on to the other shoe. And I promise this isn't really hurting the leather. Mostly you're just kind of taking off the very top layer of it and polishing it down to get some of those blemishes off. And we're going to treat this and restore it afterwards. Just make sure if you do this, it's like very fine grit sandpaper, like 800 or more. So once you're done with the buffing and the sanding, now is time for the balsam. I use this stuff. It's Dr. Martin's brand Wonder Balsam or Balsam. I don't know exactly how you're supposed to pronounce that, but it's like a beeswax balm that conditions and treats leather. This stuff is amazing. It's meant for the Dr. Martin's leather shoes, but I use it on all kinds of leather products, and we're going to use it on these leather Vionic shoes right now. So there's the balm. Comes with this little applicator pad. And now we just start rubbing it on here. And just look at that, just from a little bit of that stuff, this is already looking 10 times better than it did. This is in comparison how dry it is. Now I'm noticing after I'm putting the balm on, you can see there's still some marking right here. Some kind of a stain. So I'm actually going to hit that again with the sandpaper. It's going to take the balm off for a second. But I want to really make sure that that's not on there. Just really work this stuff into the leather. And always make sure to get the inside parts too that have leather, because they all need treatment. So there's the difference. It's pretty drastic. Now the one that's balmed has a nice shine to it. It looks nice and restored. It's beautiful. We'll also hit the shoelace with the balm. Just to give it a nice coat of protection. And now we'll do the other shoe. And there you have it, folks. This stuff is no joke. I really love the Wonder Balm. I use it a lot for different reasons, but make sure to hit this other shoelace with it. And I think we are golden. Just gonna put the shoelaces back on these and they will be good to go. I mean, if that's not a restored shoe, I don't know what that is. This stuff is amazing. I really like using this, and it works really well for treating and restoring leather. And yeah, it takes about 48 hours for that balm to dry and set completely, and then at that point you're ready to list. Well, there you go, folks. 3 clean pairs of shoes, done 3 different ways completely. I'll put the laces on the Hokas after they've dried off completely, but that's how I do my shoes normally. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer it as best I can. Yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more cleaning tutorials later, and we do bins and thrift hauls at least once a week, so keep in touch, follow if you want to see more of that kind of stuff, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
Hey, thanks again for checking out this video.
If you learned something or enjoyed what you saw, please take a second to hit that like button. It really helps us out.
And if you want more nifty thrifties in your life, why not subscribe to our channel and ring the bell icon to get notified when we make new videos just like this one.
Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.